Good afternoon from just east of Superior, Arizona. Down there is US Highway 60. That's where we parked. And my brother and I are on our way up to King's Crown Peak. So there's where we started from, the parking lot. So it's been a pretty steep ascent so far. We wanted to stick more along the creek, but the vegetation just got too thick in places, so we came over in this direction. Hasn't been too bad, just steep. Here's the canyon. Patrick's fighting through a thorn bush over there. I got a little cut up by it too. We're starting to get some views now. It's getting pretty nice. We're just below the ridge up here. Looks like a plane crash to me. I think that's what it is. It could be something else, that's hard to tell. Well, this should be our first high point up here. I think it's point 4971. And then there should be one more after that, a little bit higher, 51 something, and then King's Crown. All right, we made it to the first high point. I think I have it marked as 4971. So I could be off on that, but I think that's what it is. Right there in the middle is Picket Post Mountain. Lower than here, I think by about, I don't know, 400 or 500 feet maybe. And then so we have another high point and then King's Crown. Gonna be a decent descent here. Another climb and then another descent and another climb up to there. Well, we just came from up there, 4971. And we're on the saddle now, which is pretty nice. A little bit marshy here and there. It's still pretty wet. There's a little pond down there. It's pretty nice up here. Little grassland area. Yeah, pretty nice walking through here. A lot better than earlier. Cow patties everywhere. Okay, we made it to the second high point, 5128. So right in the middle is Mount Lemmon, north of Tucson. And yeah, way in the distance is Mount Graham. So that's Mount Graham out there, covered in snow. Not sure how far from here. I want to say probably, I don't know, 70 or so miles maybe. And the Pinal Mountains here. And there is King's Crown Peak. We're on the last saddle now before our final push up to the summit of King's Crown. So we'll stay to the right more here, somewhere around the middle, and then we walk up that ridge or on the other side of it probably. And then the summit's probably further back in that direction. I guess we'll see when we get there. We're just walking the ridge, more or less, up to the summit. That right there was a false summit. And the true one is just a little ways behind me. So there is a benchmark up here, King's Crown Peak. So there's the front range of the Superstitions and Weaver's Needle. And then there are the 4 peaks right there. And then that's Mount Lemmon out there north of Tucson, which has some snow on it too. Well, we made it to King's Crown. We were kind of debating with ourselves whether we should go for it or not, but we should have enough daylight to get back to the road. We should still have about 2 hours of daylight. So a couple more minutes break and we're starting down. Hopefully we can be back at the highway in about an hour and a half, but we'll see. All right, so I'm not exactly sure where King's Crown is, but we did come down that ridge up there. It's hard to tell now. Anyway, we went down into the canyon here, climbed up to this saddle, and we can see 60. So that was a big relief because there are definitely a lot of cliffs along 60, and we didn't want to end up right on top of one of those. Here's the saddle. Sun's getting lower, but we should still have a decent amount of daylight. And we should hopefully be at the highway within maybe, I don't know, hopefully 20 minutes. There's 60 down there. And then we'll just walk back to the car from there. So we just came from under the bridge. We had to go that way versus chancing the road. And here's the famous waterfall east of the tunnel, with some hikers over there, climbers. Well, that's where we went up, and we're back. So that was it, King's Crown Peak and a couple other high points. We're both pretty beat. Just glad we made it back to here and didn't get cliffed out somewhere up there. Just have to turn around, head back through the tunnel, and at least it's only maybe half an hour back home.